Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK the Amanda Knight, and I'm here to let you know that my so-called whatever podcast and No More Games Radio have joined forces. Listen to No More Games Radio on Sundays at 2 p.m. for your favorite episodes of my so-called whatever podcast, and maybe a live episode? Who knows? Tune in to my so-called whatever podcast for upcoming No More Games radio features and exclusive stories from our staff and DJs. And as always, follow us on social media at No More Games Radio and at my so-called whatever. Hang tough!
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80's, 90's memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows and KOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom! And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Should we get right into it?
Yes, let's dive right in because this is going to be a really fun episode.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And I'm Violet Sky, GlitterWave80s.
Yay!
And this is my so-called whatever.
We are so excited. Let me tell you how excited I was when I got a message back from you.
Oh my gosh.
Because I started following you during quarantine. Like I found you. And I'm like, this girl is legit. Like she totally, like she didn't live in the 80s, but she is living in the 80s right now. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember actually, Nikki, I remember, I think that you sent me, like shared a video and I was like, yes, I'm following her. Like like you both, like you came up on our For You page. Cause like you are what
you are, what we
the For You page is made to do that.
Right.
And yeah, like I remember I started following you. It was either late 2019 or early 2020. It was right before everything blew up.
Right.
But because you were just so authentic.
Thank you.
Oh
I
my
try
gosh.
to keep it as authentic as I can always.
It was so confusing because it was like, wait a minute.
It was.
Is this person just reposting from like the old videos, or is it actually like this is how she lives her life? Oh, this is how she lives her life.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's so cool. So let me first off, what year were you born? If you don't mind us asking.
Yeah, that's fine. 2000. So I'm 21.
That's crazy because you didn't even live in the 20th century.
20th century.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
1900s.
Century. None of us lived in the 19th century. But
listen, can I just say something that's funny?
Yes. Yes.
I just have to say something that's funny because before you came on, Violet, Nikki and I were talking and we were trying to figure out like about how old you were. And Nikki was like, so if she was 20, she would have been born in 92. And we're both like, well, we'll ask her. Yeah, we'll ask her. And then Nikki's like, wait, no. She was born in the 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
my nephew was born in 93 and we consider him like the baby. And I was like, wait a second, he's almost 30. So no. Oh my God. It's crazy for us because that's when we know we're old. Is when we're like 20 years ago was not 1988, 1989. It was not. So yes. So for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you do because we've reposted your stuff. But if you don't know Violet Sky or GlitterWave80s, she lives her life. Well, you could tell us.
Sure. So I basically live my life like it's 1989. So I have a perm. I have really big hair. You know, I have all the vintage outfits. I'm also a singer and I record authentic 80s tracks that haven't been, you know, talked about or digitized in 30 years. I just put my vocals on them. And yeah, I love the 80s and I made it my lifestyle. So yeah.
I love it. How did this start? Like, when did you discover, was it like something like vintage that just caught your eye and you were like, wow, like I love this? Or your parents? Or
surprisingly it wasn't my parents, because I know a lot of people in the 80s community, you know, get inspiration from their parents. And like, I mean, my mom raised me with like 60s stuff and like vintage things. So like I've always like had an appreciation for it. But then I was watching all these like 80s movies like the summer before my junior year of high school. So that was 2016. So it was a while ago. And I remember I watched Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And I heard the soundtrack with all the synthesizers and like Dancing in Heaven and like all that stuff. And just all like the storyline and then like the clothes and the music. And I was like, this is really cool. I was like, I want to know more about this. And then I just kept watching more 80s movies and listening to more soundtracks with all this like music. And then I was like, I have absolutely no style. So like, why don't I just make this my style? And then I did. And since like 2016, 17, it's just been like a ongoing process and like transformation to get it as authentic as I can.
Oh my gosh, you guys, if you could see your hair, like it's what dreams are made of from 1989. Because I've watched your progression. Like you did a video, I think on TikTok, and you showed like when you start, well, it was like 2020, started like 2020. And it was amazing. I'm just like, look at the artistry. Is that a word?
It is.
Okay. That you put into your hair, because Brooke and I both did our bangs. We both did. Right. I could never get them like you have them. Like it's deserve an award.
Of time. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
So I think that you and I have the same hair type. Like naturally we have the same hair type, because I know I've seen in your videos, you say like your hair is like really fine and it's naturally straight.
Yeah.
And my hair is same. And like whoever you go to for your perms, they do an amazing job.
It's my mom's stylist, and he lived through the 80s, so he really remembers like how to do it. Yeah, so I trust him with my hair. I trust like nobody with my hair, but like I trust him.
That's amazing. So you look like every cool babysitter I had in the 80s.
Thank you.
You look like really my sister. My sister had hair like yours. So yes, she wore the hats. Like she'd always have like a hat. Yeah. She was like not Debbie Gibson, because if you asked her if it was like Debbie Gibson, no, it was not. She was more of like trying to think, Poison, like
the glam metal.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, my hair is actually like yours naturally, and I straighten it.
Really?
So it looks like a spiral perm. And I just told Brooke, I'm like, I should have worn my hair curly tonight, just like for fun.
Right.
But it totally is. It's totally all like curly. And so I had fun with it in like the late 80s, early 90s. But then it was like, then I started grunge, 90s game, started straightening it as much as I possibly could. But oh my word, like you have the perfect cut.
Thanks.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, lots of layers.
Totally does. Yeah.
I love the TikToks. I love the TikToks that you've posted of like people will comment and be like, that was not that you are over exaggerating your hair. That is not how we were in the 80s.
They didn't live in the 80s then, because
they did. The person who commented that did.
And that's crazy to me, because like I don't know where they were from, but I know, I mean, we're in Bangor, Maine.
Yeah, like, I mean,
East Coast. Yeah.
This is the style. Like,
yeah, I'm like New York City.
Yeah.
So all the yearbooks of my college and my high school, even everyone had this hair, like living in like the East Coast. So like, I don't like some places it was different, especially because technology traveled like a lot slower, like not technology, but like styles, because there was a lack of like immediate technology. So like, you know, maybe that person didn't experience it, but it definitely was a thing.
Definitely.
That was a huge thing.
Definitely was a huge thing because we all tried to get our hair as high as possible. Like bangs really. Like you could have straight hair, but like the bangs were just
you had to have something.
I had straight hair, but I would still do my bangs.
Like your wave is like what dreams are made of. Yes.
Thank you. I have my senior photos tomorrow, so I have to make sure that my hair is like
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Oh my
I can't wait to see them.
You're a senior in college now.
Yeah, I'll graduate in May.
What's your major?
Music industry.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yes, it does. I mean, and it's awesome that you've already had that opportunity, which we would love to hear the story because it's such a cool story.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, if you want to share that with us, that would be awesome because this is so cool.
All right. So I recently was able to record on some authentic 80s tracks that were never used in the 80s that sat on cassette tapes for like 30 years until I put my vocals on them. And how it happened was totally not even planned. Because I had found, like back in the pandemic, I'd found this band called Shy Talk. I was at the record store and I found their record just sitting there. And I picked it up and I was like, oh, they look really cool. They all have mullets. Like, I've never heard of them. Like, I flip it around. I'm like, oh, it's from 1985. Okay. Like, I'll probably like this. Like, you know, I look up on YouTube to find like a little snippet. And I was like, oh, there's a song called Excuse Me. So I play it and it's got this synth intro that da-na-na-na. And I was like, oh, what is this? I was like, this is everything. This sounds amazing. Like, I'm going to buy this album. And none of the other tracks were on the internet. So I was like, okay. So I went home and I digitized the entire thing. And I listened to the whole album. I was like, this album's amazing. Why is no one talking about it? Why didn't they make it big back in the 80s? Like, what is this? So I made this video of me dancing around to their song Dreaming. And I put it on my page. And I was like, haha. Funny, everyone listens to this song, whatever. No one's ever really going to see this. And then a year later, in April of 2021, I get this DM on Facebook from this guy, David Bravo. And I was like, David Bravo, this sounds really familiar. So I look and he goes, hi, this is David Bravo. I found your video of you dancing around to Dreaming. How the heck do you know who we are? Like, how do you know our bands? Like, I have other like photos and videos of us if you want to see. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. And he had like unreleased Shy Talk tracks. So we got to talking because I wanted to start like a archival page for the band so everyone could come and see their music and everything. And he was like, oh, are you a singer? Like, what do you do? And I was like, yeah, I sing. And he's like, well, I have like a bunch of old demos. He's like, we got to get you some originals. And this is like a day after I started talking to him. I was like, oh my gosh, like this guy believes in me like so much, you know, like we've only been, like talked for a day. I was kind of like, what? So I was like, okay, like send me whatever you have. And I remember it was a couple months later, he finally got around to digitizing like a bunch of stuff that would just sat on tapes in this bin in his studio for like 30 years, hasn't looked at them, touched them, whatever. And he sent them to me in this big like WeTransfer file. And I was sitting on the ferry coming back from like a job training, and I open it up and the first song I click on is A Heartbeat Away, the original demo sang by Nancy Bender. And I went, oh my gosh, because they were all 80s pop tracks, which is the exact kind of music I've always wanted to create, but I never knew how to get it to sound so authentic. So it was just so perfect because they were already like tracks made in the 80s. So I didn't have to like, you know, worry about any of the details because they were authentic already. And then, you know, I got to put my voice on them and get to work with, you know, this keyboard player that like, you know, I love his music too. And it just ended up somehow some stars aligned in the universe or something. And then now I have all these songs and I'm still working on more. So yeah.
In a music video.
Oh yeah.
That's
I did amazing in Vegas.
Yes.
I went. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I love it.
Well, the music is so good. I feel like listening to it, I feel like I am a kid, because we were kids in the 80s. I feel like I'm sitting on my bedroom floor with my cassette player playing with my Barbies, listening to like an 80s pop star. It's really cool. And the songs are really good.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's 2, right? Do you have 2 right now?
3. So I have
3.
Heartbeat Away. And then What's a Girl to Do was supposed to be the B-side to Heartbeat Away, but then we released it like a month later. So we're like, oh, it's a single. And then I just did If You Leave Me Now, which is a ballad.
So, okay.
Yeah. And then I have like a summer track coming up. Like I always say, like it could be like the opening song to like a beach movie. So it's called Time Out, and that's going to be my summer anthem. And then hopefully everything else will just be on the album by the end of the year. So yeah.
I can't wait for
exciting.
it.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll link the video on our website.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. All of your information will be on our website. So if you guys want
to TikTok, Instagram,
for sure. Definitely. So I have to ask, you have so many cool things. Like I'm guessing that your room that you usually show is not your dorm room.
Yeah, so this is my dorm room.
Yes.
But my room at home has most of my stuff in it.
And there, I have looked. I do not see anything that is not authentic. Like I've looked at your videos and I'm like, how is this? How does she work like this? Like where is her computer?
My computer is always hid in a drawer. I have a laptop, so it's easy to store away. The only thing that's like modern really is my like 90s stereo from like the late 90s. I was trying to get like a better setup. I just haven't gotten the chance. But yeah, most of my modern stuff, like I have one of those JBL speakers, like I have a cell phone, it's how I do all my Instagram stuff. But if I'm taking videos or like if I'm just like leaving my room, I always make sure to put away all of my like modern stuff. So in case somebody walks in, it'll have that time machine effect,
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm totally transported because there's so many things that you've shown that I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Yes.
That cassette player.
Yeah. Oh, the Sharp QT5. Yeah.
The green one.
The green one, yeah.
Oh my, that's my dream. That's my like grail item. Like that's the thing that I've been looking for because I always wanted one and I never got it. I wanted like to have the strap and like take it to school. But like
I take it to the beach and I have the strap. I just kind of like walk around like, but they're so expensive now. Because I bought mine on eBay because it was in Stranger Things. I'm like, I like Stranger Things. I'm not a big like sci-fi fan, so I'm like not like a diehard fan like a lot of other people I know, but like that was on Stranger Things, and now the prices are like sky high.
Crazy.
And, like I bought mine broken for like $50, and it was just pure luck that I somehow like fixed it, so it works. But like, yeah, they're like $300.
I was gonna say because my husband, I told him and I was showing him, and I was like, yeah, prices are a little steep. Yeah, maybe I can just get some more New Kid stuff. That would be fine.
Right. Right.
So. Posters on your wall.
Okay.
What posters do you have on your wall?
Currently, I have at college, Samantha Fox.
Yes.
Shy Talk one, which I made myself. And then Rick Springfield. And then at home, I have a movie poster for No Small Affair, which is like my favorite 80s movie from like 84.
I've never seen that.
It's really good. But then again, I'm very biased. But yeah, that movie. And then I have another Rick Springfield one, The Motels, and Vixen currently up. But I'm trying to get more posters of like different artists too.
I'll have to send you some New Kids posters so you can put them up like legit from the magazine. So
that'd be cool.
I'll send you some.
Thank
you.
And
then you can do what you want with them, but you can have them as a piece of your.
I do like them. They're good. Yes. I have like, I think Hangin' Tough on cassette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that came out in 1989. Yes. Right, Brooke? 1989?
Yep.
Yes. I was trying to think. Yeah.
Or was it 80? Yeah, 80 or 89. Wait a minute. When did we go to the Apollo?
2019. No.
Okay.
2018. Oh my gosh, now I don't remember. I just remember I found New Kids in 1989. So
same.
Yeah.
Same.
Right. I think it's 1988, possibly, but people are like yelling at us right now as they're listening to this podcast, and they're like, "No, it's how do
you guys don't know."
You guys,
I can't tell you. I do like them, but I'm not like a diehard, you know. I don't know everything.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine. Also, okay, I saw the video, but so you talked a little bit about Aquanet and how they changed their like makeup now. So it doesn't quite work like it did back in the day. But what do you use now?
I use Got to Be Glued, and it's in this yellow can, the freeze spray.
Mm-hmm.
That works the best for me. And I know everybody like, oh my God, you don't use Aquanet. And I have a vintage can like sitting on my dresser as a prop. Like that is what I have out. And then my regular hairspray goes in a drawer under my vanity. Like all my modern products are like not out, you know? So it like gives the illusion that I actually use it, but you know, I don't. But yeah, everyone just has such an issue with the fact that I don't use Aquanet. I'm like, I'm sorry, because it's just, the formula is very different.
They probably have to take out the chemicals because they're probably really bad.
Right. They're probably really bad for you.
Thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, Got to Be is really, really good. That's what I use.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
I used to use Rave back.
Yes, I was going to say I used Rave.
They brought back the logo. They brought back the original logo of Rave.
Did they
like
really?
The little wave thing?
Yes, I think so. Like the old font. Like I was at Walmart and I looked up and I was like, wait a second. And I almost bought it, but then I didn't. But I'm thinking of going back and getting it just to like put on my
just to have.
Yeah. Is it teal green still?
I use the spritz.
Yes. I use the spritz, but I also had Aquanet because my sister, that's what she would always use. So I always had a can, but I could never get the wave just right. Like it would always be clumpy in the middle, but I still went with it. So
I mean, my mom used Aquanet.
Yeah. Nan used Aquanet. My grandmother and
I
my
liked
mom
the precision of the psh, psh, psh,
yes, that's true. That's
right.
True. So what do you use for your curls?
I have a perm.
Okay, but do you use anything like gel or?
I do. So I have like I think it's L'Oreal like volume mousse. Mm-hmm. And then I also have Studio Line gel, which was a big thing back then.
Studio Line by L'Oreal.
Studio Line, yeah.
So when I had my perm, I used to use Studio Line, and
they had pumping curls. Pumping curls.
Yes, pumping curls.
Yes,
and it was the best.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because if they did, I would have a perm and I would use it. And I'm not kidding. I really would. I had my last perm was in like 2010 or so.
Yeah, you had one not recent, but like within the past.
No, but I've had a couple perms in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I was using it was John Frieda, like brunette something. And it was the best. And then they discontinued it. And I had gotten another perm. I didn't realize they discontinued it. And then I could never like get that look. Pumping curls was it though.
Pumping curls.
Bossy Scrunching hairspray works really well too.
Yes. I used to use that. Yeah. That's old school. Cause that was back in like early 90s is when I used it. But the Aussie stuff.
Same thing.
Yes. I love the smell of it. It like brings me right back. Yes. And I saw
like grapes. I love that.
I saw that you were spraying the imposters stuff in your hair.
Yes, my designer imposters.
Somebody commented on my thing, and I'd never heard it. I knew like of the commercials, but like I smelled the yellow one, and I just didn't like it.
No,
it's like, oh, this is what everyone used to use. I don't know. And then someone was like, yeah, we used to like spray it in our hair so it wouldn't smell like hairspray. And I was like, well, now I want to try doing that. So I went to Walmart. They sell them at Walmart for like $3.
Yeah.
They still make them. And I got the red one and I love it. Now it's like my signature like scent. I just wear it all the time. But yeah.
I don't know when Tribe came out.
Yes. Or I think it was like 91. My friend used to have it. She grew up in the 80s and she was like a huge fan of it. She still has her like original like half full bottle too.
Oh my God. I bought some on Etsy. Like it's what do you say? Like a replica. So they made and it was oil. And let me tell you, it smells just like it. It just took me back. I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. Because Tribe was it.
Invest.
I had Imposters Tribe as well. Because they did a whole bunch of different lines, like, but this was more towards the 90s. But do you remember, Brooke?
Yes, they had tons.
They did like all the different brands, but yeah, I used to spray that everywhere, like room spray, like everywhere. And that's so funny that you said that, because I was like, oh my God, yes, I used to spray that in my hair too, because it was lighter than like regular perfume,
Right.
but it was still like, it would smell really good. So
Malibu musk.
Oh, Malibu
I wish they still made that. Oh my gosh. It's like $100.
So good.
So expensive.
I have Electric Youth.
I do too, but I paid way too much for mine.
Someone sent it to me as a gift. One of my followers.
That was really nice.
That's
yeah.
I still have my original bottle of Electric Youth.
Really? Oh my God.
It's a different color now. I will tell you, it holds its scent. It totally holds its scent, because mine still smells exactly the same as it did. Like,
yeah, I was always wondering.
It smells like Christmas 1988.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I can tell you yours, I would say
does.
like 99%, it smells exactly like it's supposed to smell, because I couldn't get over it. And people were like, oh, perfume doesn't hold its scent. I'm like, let me tell you right now that whatever they put in Electric Youth, it did, because it totally still smells exactly the same. Like, I sprayed it because we send things out to people. I sprayed it on like cards and stuff, and people were like, oh my God.
I've done that for my friends too.
Yes, it's so good. It takes you right back. And the bottle with the little like
the squiggle.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it.
I only wear it on very special occasions.
Yes. Now, it did turn color, because it used to be clear or pink. Right, Brooke? It was
pink. It was like hot pink.
Yeah.
It's like orange now.
It's like orange. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm not complaining, you know.
Right. So I did, I have been following you for a while, and I went back into your Instagram stuff, and you were really like a big fan of Adam Ann, I saw, and Samantha Fox, and you got to see Samantha Fox, which was really cool.
That's
awesome.
Cried.
Did you get to meet her?
No, I was really hoping I would. And like, we wandered around the hotel after, and I had like my 2 records, and I had my t-shirt. And I was like, please, because I wanted to see her for like 4 years, and she never comes to the US. And I was in college, and all of a sudden it was like super last minute. They're like, oh, by the way, Samantha Fox is going to be at this freestyle show in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I was like, oh. So I spent like $100. I took a bus home for the weekend. I skipped class. I went to see her. I don't care. I don't regret this at all. I got to see her sing. I wish I would have met her, but I will eventually someday.
Well,
and then like, yeah. And I made a whole trip out of it with my friends. Like, I bought us all a hotel room. I was like, I don't care. Like, I have to see Sam. Like, I have to.
Right. Because I mean, just like, how awesome was that? Is that opportunity? You can't pass that up. You loved her. Like, I saw like,
yes,
that was like one of the first, because you started your Instagram in like 2018.
January 2018. Yeah, she was definitely one of the first like artists.
Yeah,
that I had posted about and like really like obsessed over, along with like Adam Ant earlier than that. But like, yeah, that was like my senior year of high school. And then,
and you did that really cool talent show. You did Dress
You
Up Right by Madonna.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was like the moment that I realized I wanted to be like a pop singer on stage. Because I had always just like sang like little places, like playing my guitar and stuff and acoustic. But like when I went up there and like dance, because I learned all the original choreography and like of the tour. And like when I went up there and I heard the 80's music, like blasting through the speakers, and like I couldn't see the audience, but like the lights are on it, and just dance. That was it. I was like, this is what I want to do in my life, you know, even though I wasn't like singing in that particular, video performance. But yeah, that's when I like, this is my purpose.
Awesome.
That's awesome that it's the original choreography. I thought maybe it was, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is really good. And I mean, I bet like a lot of the teachers were like, oh my God, like this is what is going on.
She knows the moves. Yeah, they were really shocked because everyone else would do like a modern song, and I was like one of the only people who got up there by myself too, because everyone else kind of like did like group numbers with their friends, and I was like, no one's gonna want to do an 80's thing with me, so I'm gonna do it myself. I'm graduating, I'm leaving, what does it matter,
right?
So I just did it. That was it. Thank you. It was fun.
Gosh.
So do you have anything that an item, a nostalgic, vintage type piece that you want and you are desperate to find and you just haven't been able to find it? Or like, what is that, like your holy grail?
My holy grail is a convertible early 90s 3rd gen Camaro. I love that car so much. I recently got to like test drive like an 80s one. There's this kid on campus who has one. He let me like drive around. Like I already wanted one for like 5 years. After that experience, I was like, I have to get my own. So like I'm like saving and I don't know whether I should like dump all the money into it or not. Cause like I want to like, I don't know, invest into my career or like move out or this and that. But like, oh, I love 80s cars so much. I feel like there's like this empty hole in my heart where I don't have one and I need one. That's why I keep buying all the little like Hot Wheels Camaros and like things. I'm like, I have to get this car, and it's like, oh, I really want one. I have friends that have them and I'm like, I need my own. So that's probably like the one 80s item that I can't truly attain because it's just so expensive. But like, oh my God, that's my dream.
I want you to have that.
I do too.
I want it so bad.
So bad.
I was like
my
talking
gosh.
to someone about one and then he just didn't respond to me. And I was like, oh no. But also like it's expensive. I'm like,
yeah.
It's such a hard decision,
But you might be able to find like some old person that this is awful, but they only drove it in the summertime, right. And that it's in storage somewhere. I feel like this is going to happen to you. We'll throw it into the universe. Like,
yeah, I'm like, if anyone listening has a 90 to 92 Camaro convertible that they don't want,
yeah,
call me. DM me on Instagram, please.
Oh my God.
I so badly want that for you. Like, I think that would really be like chef's kiss. Like that would be the
feeling of being really in an 80s car, listening to 80s music, driving down the highway is just unlike anything else because it's like the true time machine moment. And like, I've only been in my friend's cars, like as a passenger in this experience, but like driving to me is something that like means a lot to me because like I just get to like go wherever I want. And, it's just a very freedom thing for me. And having an 80s car to do that in and like my own, like having that experience, but like me driving has always been my dream for like, ever since I started like driving when I was like 15, 16 and, I'm 21 now and I still don't have it. So it's just like, I
feel like you're going to get it. Like, I feel like you are. Oh my God.
I hope so. I wanted to get it as my graduation gift to myself because throughout my 4 years of college, that's really all I've really wanted is like that car. Like I said it I was a freshman, even in high school, I was like, I'm going to get an 80s car. And like, now I'm going to graduate, college. I still don't have one. So it's just like, oh my gosh. But I really think it would just be something I would want to do for myself because it's something I've wanted. But then again, what if it breaks down? What if I have to dump another $2,000 into it?
Yeah.
So it's always like,
well, that's what's hard with older cars.
Yeah.
Right. But I drive my mom's car and it's just not the same. Like I appreciate it a lot,
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
My first car was an 82 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra.
My friend has one of those. A white one. Gosh. Those are cool.
Mine was light blue.
Ooh.
Yours was cool. Mine was a AMC, which I don't know if you even have heard of that brand, but
yeah.
It was an AMC Eagle and it looked like a Lincoln log, like, and it like, but I loved the car. It was my grandparents and it was awesome.
That's cool.
It didn't have FM radio. So it had like a converter, like to like it had like a little thing in it. So you could like listen to FM radio, but it only had AM radio in it. You had to buy like a special thing.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's another issue I have with those cars is because people will take out the original stereos and they'll get rid of the cassette player. Then they'll put in some ugly Bluetooth thing, be like, updated stereo. I'm like, I'm buying the car for the experience. Like I want to play my tapes. Like if I want to listen to my phone, I'll get a converter. Like I have no issue doing that. I'll definitely be doing that. But like, I want my cassette player and like have it look authentic and, the whole experience of driving an 80s car. But I mean, I get why people do it, but that makes me not want to buy the car.
It's gonna be from like some older people that have kept it in storage.
It is.
Like that's what it's gonna. That's where it's gonna come from, and they have done nothing to it but like love it and take care of it. And
I entered to win one like that, and it was my absolute dream car. It was a convertible '92 Camaro, blue, everything intact, and I lost. And I was like, oh no,
yeah, it'll happen.
Perfect. But yeah, I think the right one will find me when it's like right.
So if you guys out there know, you know where to go, because
like maybe your grandparents have one in their garage.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like
let me know.
Or your parents, because we're
your parents,
that age.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. We are
or
that
maybe
age.
your parents do.
Yes. Or maybe you do. Like
yeah, maybe if you don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Hello.
You never know. You never know. Oh my gosh.
This girl would breathe some new life into it.
I would.
And
that would be my child.
Keep it as it is.
Yeah. Nothing would happen to it. I also
was
drive the
like
speed limit, and then I hover in the right lane if you're worried about me speeding and wrecking it. I promise I won't.
Oh my God.
I love it so much.
What is your most prized possession that you have? Vintage possession?
That's so hard. Probably one of the things is definitely my Sharp boombox. 100%. My signed records of like people I've met and stuff like that.
Who have you been able to meet?
I got to meet Taylor Dane. I just met Alicia most recently. What else? I met, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on this? This isn't funny. The Vapors, Martha Davis of the Motels. I got to meet Mike Score of Flock of Seagulls.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, who else? There's probably other people, and I'm probably going to feel so bad. Oh, my friend Carrie McDowell, who's a singer in the 80's. David Bravo from Shy Talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are some of those. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out, and I feel really awful because I'm going to regret it later and be like, oh,
totally
how can I not mention them? But yeah, I always blank on that question. But yeah, so I met them.
That's
I saw Taylor Dane in concert when I was
just
like
gonna say
10.
That's awesome.
It was a really good show. She incredible. Like I obviously I haven't seen her live since then, but she's incredible. So good.
She really is.
She's got some lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I had her range.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
So you have a radio show.
Yeah.
That you were talking about. So how did that end up happening?
So it's a club at my college, and you can have your own radio show. So I wanted to join since freshman year, and I just never got around to it for whatever reason. So I finally did, and I play forgotten hits, obscure songs, but never the ordinary. And yeah, so it's streamed online, and it's also on the regular radio stations locally in town. And yeah, I just play 80's music and stuff that people don't normally hear. Anything that you hear in a classic hits or the top 40, we're not playing that just because it's good, of course, but everyone already knows it. So I want to kind of breathe life into the songs that kind of got forgotten or just didn't really make it big back then, because they're really good too. So.
That is true.
I love that so much.
It's always neat when you're listening to an old album and you're like, why didn't I listen to the B-side? Because I'm going to be honest, mostly I listen to the A-side. That's what you listen to. And but except New Kids, where you listen to both. You listen to all of it until it broke.
Until the tape broke.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, there's so much music out there that's so cool that you're doing that, because otherwise it probably never would get heard, So yeah, that's really neat.
That just breaks my heart because these songs are something that means so much to me. And I've worked with artists, with David. I have a Shy Talk page. I have a page for Carrie McDowell. I have a page for Christina Vieira, who have this one song, You Can Float in My Boat. And her whole album's amazing, but no one talks about it. So I'm let's make her an Instagram page and a Facebook and archive all of her old career photos and demos and everything, and because people should appreciate it, you know. But yeah, so it's been like a really fun thing, projects. And my friend Ray does it too. He works with Regina, who did Baby Love, and we kind of all collaborate on these things to just keep all this stuff going.
That's really cool. That is really, really cool. I'm sure they appreciate it too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's, like you said, there's so much stuff out there that just wasn't appreciated. And we have the time to appreciate it now. So we have the means, we have the technology.
Exactly.
So.
Well, that's just it. We have the means, we have the technology, and there's a lot of hard work that went into that. Mm-hmm. And if it's good, it should be heard.
Exactly.
And you're doing that. That's amazing.
Thanks.
So where do you get most of your inspiration? Like movies?
Fashion?
Yeah.
I mean, like it was in the beginning, like a lot of movies and stuff, but now more so it's like actual photos of people, like everyday people in the 80s, or like musical artists. Like I have been listening to like a lot of freestyle music. So like, and they're the ones from like New York, New Jersey, and like the late 80s, early 90s who had all the big hair and had all the really cool like acid wash denim outfits and stuff. So I've definitely drawn a lot of it from there recently, but also like Saved by the Bell is like a really big thing for me because it's like all the fashion, like all the outfits I would totally wear.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, I mean, I don't know if you like look at old magazines or
I do. I have some.
I'm obsessed. I was just talking to Brooke about this. Like I'm trying to like part with some of my collection just because I have too much. Like it brought me so much joy to buy it, you know, and then I'm like, there are people out there that would get more joy out of this than myself, you know, just sitting there. So, I mean, I've been like putting some to give away and, you know, but oh my gosh, just looking at the old ads and
I mean, that too.
So cool. But I will tell you that a lot of the magazines, they don't have like the style that you have. Like I would say like that was the norm is what your style is, but you don't see that a whole lot in a lot of the magazines. You don't see like the huge hair, you know, you don't see it.
Right. Yeah. Or even in like movies and stuff. But it's interesting because like old VHS videos that people have posted on YouTube of like their own home movies digitized, which I make my own on my like VHS camera. I have like a 1987 one, like I carried around. It's like 8 pounds, whatever. But like it's fun, you know, and like people's like videos online of like what life was really like in like high school. Like I guess I'll like watch the high school ones because like I'm not that far off like style or age wise.
Yeah.
And then like the college ones are just like in your 20s going out a day at the mall. Like, I love 80s mall culture. That is my thing.
Oh my God.
There was a mall near my house. Well, it's not really that close to my house, but like it's the Woodbridge Center in New Jersey, and they still have mall fountains. And like I just met up with one of my 80s Instagram friends and I was like, let's go to the mall and sit by the mall fountain. And that will be the purpose of us going out of our way to go here. And just like all the stores in the mall or like the videos that people would take, like walking around. Like I've been to like on road trips to go see like neon food courts and like department store with like neon everywhere. Like that was just the purpose of going. It wasn't like, oh, let's go to the mall and go like buy things now. It's always like, let's look at the interior design. Let's take pictures. Let's archive this. Let's turn this somehow into like this like time machine art, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, mall culture. And plus somebody my age back then would probably be spending all their time at the mall anyways.
Yes.
And I'm so into
100%.
And you guys probably did too.
It was an experience. It wasn't like you didn't just go to, a lot of the time you went to the mall, you didn't buy anything. Like you went to the mall, you met up with people, maybe got food, you know, walked around.
You get a slice of pizza or whatever.
The payphone to find the correct time, like because you didn't wear a watch, and like stuff like that.
You call your parents collect to pick you up.
Yes.
Like that's just what we did. And now you go to a mall.
Sad. It's so sad.
When I tell you, it breaks my heart. Like I actually teared up the other day. I will get into these like rabbit holes of like I did the other night. And I watched this guy, he he walks around these malls and he talks about like the history of the malls.
This is Dan Bell.
I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Okay.
I'm bad.
There's a bunch of people. Yeah.
There are a bunch of people. And I found this one guy, and well, our local like radio station posted it on like their Facebook page. So I watched all of the malls in our state. He went through all the malls in Maine and like walked the malls and talked about like the history of the malls and like the old anchor stores and, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it breaks my heart because I know here we really only have one mall in the entire state that's thriving. Mm-hmm. The rest are like dead malls. Yeah. And it breaks my heart because I remember the fountains. Like I remember when I was in the fashion show section. For Wilson's Leather.
Yes, that's right.
I bought pictures on eBay of a mall fashion show with like prom dresses. I thought that was so cool. I was like, this is like me in a nutshell. This is what I aspire to be.
Yeah.
Like that is so cool that they used to do that.
It was the best. And I remember they had the stage set up.
I totally forgot about that.
I want to see pictures. That's so cool.
Oh my gosh. I wish I had pictures. Actually, I do have pictures somewhere.
I did the fashion show at Fashion Bug. Do you remember that?
I have a Fashion Bug bag.
Yeah. I definitely have pictures of that. And oh my gosh, I don't know who did my makeup. I was only like 11 or 12 and I looked like I was 30.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. It was fun though. It was so fun because like we had like little matching, like, you know, whatever, they would have like a theme and at Fashion Bug, they would have different themes. Mm-hmm. So like it would be, I don't know, daisies. And so like you'd have like all these different coordinating things that you could get. And then like we were like modeling the different coordinations that you could.
That's right. So cool.
I miss those days.
I want to go to a mall with a fountain. I miss the smell of mall fountains.
It is everything. It's everything. Like I can't.
I want to throw a penny in it.
Yeah.
I wished on a quarter.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I was like, I have to make a wish. So I did.
Oh, that was the best.
And yes, Nikki, the smoking sections. Like that, like I forget. It wasn't even that long ago.
Like no matter what mall you went to, they were like, I don't know if they thought the plants were going like trees. Yeah. Like they were going to help.
Jungles.
Like, yes. It was funny.
Fountains, trees, neon. Mm-hmm. If a mall has all of those things, it's 100% amazing mall. I don't care if it has stores. I don't care if the stores are open. I will go for the experience. Oh and then that's what makes my day better. That's it.
I saw the nail place.
Now I want to do a mall road trip.
Nail tricks.
I was like, I'd go in there just because.
Yes. I have it on like press on nails right now, but like I want to get acrylics done at that specific mall because like the pink marble pillars, the neon nail trick sign, the neon like inside.
Yes.
Hello. Like that is everything. The interior.
Like never change that.
No.
Whoever that has never changed that because that looked so cool. I saw that and I was like, I would totally get my nails done there. And I don't ever get my nails done, but I would.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love it. It's so cool.
Now I think that we should open our hot dog stand slash. No, I'm thinking Nikki and I have this like we've had this business plan since we were teenagers. I can see the neon hot dog. He has a little face.
Yes.
With like green and the red, kind of like the Cosmos Pizza neon. And
Cosmos Pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. And but then we're also going to do like a tanning salon.
Like in the same place or?
Yes. Yeah. We were going to do a tanning
100%.
salon. It was going to be 24-hour tanning salon, hot dogs, and like some convenience store needs. So
that is such an eclectic version, like arrangement of things, but it works.
Yes.
Somehow it worked.
Yeah. The tanning was like at the time. Like,
right, that was
like,
it.
This is such a good idea. You could go tanning like all the time. Yeah, not a good idea, but
but people would still come.
Yes.
People would 100% come.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish we could like bring you back Like, I wish we could take you and bring you back into our memories.
I wish that too. That's all I want. I try so hard to like really get what it was like, but of course, you know, I'm never going to have that experience. But the mall is the closest thing, and the car that I will get to truly being in the 80s.
I truly think you get it, though. I truly think you get it because, I mean, just first of all, this is you. Like, this is what you do every day. Like, this isn't just something for TikTok, as far as I know. Like, this is what you do.
This is
like, this is your style. And I mean, all the stuff that you have and all the records and all the cassettes, like you're totally living in the 80s. You're totally living there. So that's pretty much the life. Okay. The only thing you're missing is like Delilah at night, like on the radio.
Exactly. Delilah after dark.
Kid on like the local. She's like, "Hi, this is Delilah."
Yeah.
You know, she's like, "I'm gonna play this song for a breakup," or you know, whatever she said. But I don't know. They probably just like are replaying her old shows.
Yeah. The request things, like when you'd call and be like, I want to dedicate this song to Ryan, and you'd like wait to like record it. Like, okay, I'm gonna wait.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of reaction do you get from people?
Yeah.
Like most out and about.
Yeah. I mean, like, I get a lot of positive stuff. Like some people will just like turn their heads, like, what? I've had people like take pictures of me and they think I don't see, but like I definitely see. And like it doesn't bother me. I think it's funny. Or you know, people come up to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, I had that hair, like, you know, your style. Oh my gosh, I used to do that." Or like even like kids my age will be like, "Oh, that's really cool that you do that." So, and of course I'm gonna always get like those like really rude people. Like there was these guys in the dining hall like at the beginning of the semester, and like apparently they were like making fun of me, and then this girl came over to me and she was like, "These guys are talking about you," and I was like, "Okay, whatever, they're lame, you know, I don't care." Like Chad and Brad are gonna tell me to stop like being myself. Like
they're just jealous because they don't have a thing. Like that's what it is. It's projection, totally.
Yes.
So
so I don't really get that too often though, thankfully. And then like most people online are really nice about it. But even if they weren't, like, oh well, like this is my life. And like if you don't appreciate it, then that's your thing. I'm not gonna change for anybody, you know. You just gotta be your authentic self, and that's all you can do. So
and honestly, no matter what anybody does, whether they dress and live like it's 89 or they're just a Joe Schmo off the street, that, you know, there's always going to be somebody that's going to, like you said, project hate and that I don't have time for that. That's foolishness.
I think it's funny too, because I remember this is a couple years ago, but my friend told me like I was walking to class and I had my headphones blasting and there was some girl behind me. And apparently, like, she was talking to her friend, like, why does she dress like that? It's so weird. But, like, you know, she was dressing in everything trendy now, which is fine. Not that everybody who dresses, like, modern is like this. But I just laugh at it because I'm like, if it was 1989, you would look exactly like me because you were trying to fit in. So I don't know why you're having such an issue with this, because you would have this hair too, you know?
Right.
So, like, think before you speak. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but, like, if you were to say that to somebody else, you know, who may not have that like confidence, I guess. Like I'm not like completely confident. I mean, we all have our like insecurities. We're human, you know, but like, you know, somebody else could take that really badly. And just think before you say things to people. You know?
And it's an art. Like what you're doing is like art. It is art. It's not like art. It is art. And it should be appreciated as that, because you're taking so much time to research and be authentic. It's amazing. So
thank you.
I mean, can I just tell you some of the outfits I'm like, oh my God, I would have killed to wear that, but my mom wouldn't let me. So
you can wear it now.
Jeans. So the bikini that you had, oh my God, I wanted that so bad. The stripes. I was like,
the pink,
yes. And I remember my mom being like, no. But the one that I had, it was kind of like that, but it had the zipper in the front. And my mom was like, oh no, you can't have that. And I was like, why? I want it so bad.
Right.
And then I saw you were wearing it. I was like, oh my God, I love that bathing suit. So
it's never too late. wear whatever you want.
You know what? Honestly. It is never too late. So
no.
eBay.
People will always have something to say. So just wear what you want. Exactly. Yeah. eBay. I get so much stuff on eBay.
Oh my gosh. Like I wear whatever I want. I don't care. Like people look at me weird because I wear like new kid stuff all the time. And I'm just like, whatever. I have my thing. You don't. Like if you have something to say about it, it's because you don't have your thing. So
exactly.
I feel sorry.
And honestly, it's at the end of the day, it's just clothes. Like get over it.
Right. You could be like yelling and calling people names and doing like horrible things or have, some vice of some sort. But it's just whatever, It's not hurting anybody. Harmless. And you're happy. So there you go.
Well, looking at your hair, it makes me want to not straighten my hair.
You shouldn't. And you should tease it too.
You should tease it.
I'll send you a picture.
You should do that tomorrow.
Do my hair curly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you should because you don't have bangs.
No, but I could still tease it up. Like
you can.
I actually 100% without bangs. Like tease it right up. Yeah.
I have bangs just because my hair broke. So I could maybe do my wave that I used to do.
Do it. Definitely do it.
Oh my God.
I'm enabling. So
yes, hey, this is great.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what we live for. This is exactly what we live for. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Like
you're
seriously,
welcome.
dream come true. Loved that we were able to meet you.
Nice.
It's so cool what you're doing, and you're bringing a lot of happiness to a lot of people. So
that's really all I want to do. If I can make somebody smile or remember something from their life or give them, something that they didn't get to experience, and all positivity and keep the decade alive. That's really the whole idea of, my account. So thank you.
Well, you're doing a great job because you're doing exactly just that. So where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok under GlitterWave80s. Also on Spotify or any streaming service, I'm Violet Sky. And my probably most popular song would be A Heartbeat Away. So if you guys want to listen to any of my authentic 80s music, you can do that there, or on YouTube, also GlitterWave80s. My music videos there, everything else.
Awesome.
So yeah.
And go on our website.
We'll link it all on our website.
And we'll link it all there. So you guys can just go there and go straight from there to all of her stuff. Go follow. TikTok's amazing. Her Instagram's amazing. So you will get lost. You will get lost. And then you'll find all these other people that do the same thing too, which it was like, you guys are all part
community.
of like a club. It's so cool.
And we're all friends, and it's so much fun because now it's like I'm no longer like isolated and alone in this. Like we have like a whole community. So,
oh my gosh, the guy, I don't know if he's part of your crew, but the one that replicates Princess Diana's outfits,
Caden, yes, he's amazing. He has everything.
I'm like
Caden, how do you find these things?
Like you are so cool. Like that is you are not even playing. Like you are doing exactly what she was wearing. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So cool. Well, thank you so much for coming
so much.
on.
We
Thanks
appreciate
for inviting me.
Yeah. And we'll keep in touch, and I'm going to send you some stuff. So you can do what you want with it, but I'll send you some authentic 80s stuff for you.
Okay, cool then.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.